This is the first of 2 sets of tournaments. We're going to follow all the way through to the final tonight, the Women's Pro Series, also the Men's Pro Series 8 event, and we'll have some coverage from the Next Gen final later on. This is the first of 2 semi-finals in the Women's Pro Series. Ashleigh Dinsmore takes on Beckie Watkins, 2 players that we haven't seen as much of out in the main arena, although 2 very experienced and very good players. One of them is going to make their first Pro Series final. 𝗪𝗁𝗡 and Barbara Taylor with you for this one.
Afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon. This should be a fun game. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing somebody that we don't see as much of. We've obviously seen a lot of the likes of 𝗘𝘃𝗲𝗍𝗪 out on this mainstream table. She's got knocked out by 𝗪𝗁𝗡. 𝗪𝗁𝗡's playing her semi on the other stream table in parallel with this.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting match because Ashleigh's coming off the back of a great tournament at the World Championships in Ireland, where she played really, really well. And obviously that's given her the confidence, and she's pushed on and she's took it into this event. And it's nice for Beckie as well, because Beckie's probably, in her own words, will say she's not had the results that she would have expected for the quality of pool that she plays. So it's nice to see both of them in the semi-final.
I do think one of the best things about this format of Ultimate Pool is that we do get to showcase some different names and some different events. Couldn't quite get through to the potting angle of that cleanly for the corner, so just looking to promote the ball. Ashleigh Dinsmore, we saw on the stream yesterday against 𝗪𝗁𝗡, played some good stuff in places, but was struggling to really get going in that match. She probably feels she didn't give as good account of herself as she could have done. That was in the first Pro Series 7 event. This time off to a much better start through to the semi-finals. Just one more push needed to get through to tonight's final.
And it's nice to see some new faces as well, because the standard has been increasing in the ladies' side, so it's always nice to see some new faces.
Yeah, and these two are both examples of players that are quite capable of winning a tournament without necessarily being the obvious favourite before the event starts. So Beckie Watkins on reds, ball in hand. Ashleigh just trying to play the thin edge of that yellow and just slip past.
So a couple of little tricky bits to do here, but Beckie should be looking to be taking these out for get settled in with one on the board.
The option of either playing the one down the right-hand rail or playing this one, those are probably the two you'd be most keen to get rid of. This is the most difficult to land on, so good idea to move that one. Just slightly overrun, just trying to hold for the ball to the bottom right.
Yeah, I think if you catch these right, they just keep going.
Yeah, it plays very fast, this table, doesn't it? Generally in a good way. It's not uncontrollably fast.
Yeah.
It's also very grippy cloth. You play the shot properly. And that's well, you can see there, look how well she's hit that. That's screwed right back.
You doing all right, mate?
Yeah, she's actually hit that better than she wanted to. She probably thought she'd struggle to get good position on the ball on the right, and it ended up coming slightly further than she wanted. She's going to have to cut the ball down the right rail.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, she's played that well. And she'll be able to just bump off this and use that yellow to hold. Oh no.
Oh, look how fast that's come off the cushion.
It just slid off that ball, isn't it?
She hit it, it didn't look too bad. She has got a shot though, she can play the ball long to the top left-hand corner and screw back.
Yeah, off the right-hand side rail, yeah. But again, it's not the sort of shot you want it for the first opening frame. And again, I thought maybe it just slid off, but oh, and even that, she looked like she cued it all right.
Yeah, it's been a good start. She obviously would like to have got the frame one. Now, good chance for a counter clearance. Yellow's nicely open for Ashleigh. Yeah, he's playing quick, isn't he? Even that shot looked like for a moment she'd underhit it, and it's actually gone past the angle she wanted. They're still fine. She's got just used the bottom cushion. That's the trouble though, because you have one that goes too quickly, you get tentative on the next one, and that time she's underdone the shot.
I mean, I think she can still run this up to the top right and run it through for the yellow at the top to go in the same pocket. But again, you'd rather it was a lot easier. She doesn't want to be too straight on this. I think she'll be able to pull that out nicely. Yeah,
that was actually a really good shot.
That's another one that you'd say that's a nice settler, you know. Just settle you down nicely. Oh, they're still okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to get greedy with that, but that's fine. She can just run the white round a couple of cushions for naturalist position. Don't want to hit this too hard again, it's going to naturally travel. She caught it a bit thick in the end.
But again, getting from, I think Beckie might have to take her medicine here and leave herself a long shot on, a long cut on the one at the top, unless she wants to gamble with just nudging it across, but you're leaving the double.
Yeah, it's a tricky positional shot. I mean, you can obviously load this up with power and either go back round 2 or 3 cushions or forwards, but yeah, I don't blame her for that. That's actually quite a well played shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the pressure's back on Ashleigh to try and make something happen. Be valuable to hit this yellow because there's a big difference between ball in hand where Beckie can start up the top. If she at least hits the yellow and leaves a slightly awkward shot. Oh, she pots it, that's even better.
Wow.
Lovely shot from Ashleigh Dinsmore.
Brilliant.
Ooh, how close was that?
It's a little bit of a edgy start to this semi-final, but
should be disappointed with that. It was such a good shot to pot the yellow. Ooh, is this drifting into the jaws?
Wow.
Yeah, this might be quite difficult now because she's pretty much dead straight. The black's over the pocket, but it's not so far over the pocket that if she just rolls this in, it's automatically going to be there. She could consider, if she can't find a way of potting and getting position on the black, she could just pot this ball, or put this ball over the pocket.
Yeah, just bump it.
If she's got an angle, she'll be fine.
No, she's going to take it on.
Well, this is a high tariff shot. I think she's going to have to take it to the corner, isn't she? I don't think she can clip it to the middle.
No, she's going to have to take it down the bottom.
This is one of those shots, it's so easy to get it in the jaws, but it's very difficult to get it in the jaws and in the absolute heart of the pocket. It's so easy to catch. Yeah, that's the trouble. That was always a likely outcome. Maybe a case for not taking that on, just leave Ash with the problem.
Yeah.
So, after a little bit of back and forth, they both played some good shots there, but just couldn't quite get over the line.
Yeah.
This is the second semi-final. Danielle Randall 1-0 up on 𝗪𝗁𝗘 over on table 2. It's live on YouTube if anybody wants to see that. 𝗪𝗁𝗘 had a good run in the first event before ultimately being dumped out by Leanne Cragg. Gone one better already in the second event and now a good chance to get through to the final. She has won one Ultimate Pool title already this season, the British Open. Looking to add a Pro Series title to that. So Ashleigh to break in the second frame. Big, powerful break. The red ball finds the corner. control of the cue ball well as well. Don't know if this is necessarily going to be a game where we're going to see loads of first visit clearances. This isn't a bad spot, but it's not a perfect one.
Yeah, I must admit, my break's been quite favourable for me this weekend. However, even though I've got a ball, the splits haven't been the kindest, so they've always needed work to be done and developed, which is fine. But yeah, they're not literally just sitting there drop-ins. So I don't think. I don't think it's obviously nothing to do with the table or the balls, but like you say, I don't think it's going to be a dish fest, this one.
No, I mean, these two are both very good players and very experienced, but not as much experience of this exact situations.
Yeah.
Likely to be a bit more cagey.
It's a semi-final. It's important. It's their first, and obviously getting into your first final.
That's a really good shot.
That's a really nice and aggressive shot. I think she deserved a bit better, but she is still on that yellow. But she deserved them to come out a bit nicer than that. I always think aggression should be rewarded rather than negativity be rewarded.
Generally that is the case with this rule set. It doesn't always work out like that on every shot.
No.
Very good shot there. Had to land on this ball to the middle. Going to have to come back for the 8 ball, obviously, at the end of the clearance. It's not brilliantly situated, but it has got a bit of space around it. Not going to be delighted with the way she won the first frame, but she's going to be delighted to have won it.
Oh.
Oh, as we see again just how reactive the table is. She thought she was just going to hold that cue ball. Such a bad situation, that, versus being able to see the yellow.
I think she had to be as far across as she could, because I don't think that yellow, the highest yellow of the two, passes into the top right. But
yeah, she was trying to screw in front of the 8 ball, try and leave the ball to the top right straight. So ball in hand for Beckie. Be interesting to see what she wants to do here. She's probably going to want to leave the red that's below the 8 ball. It's a sensible percentage choice. Go after the ball on the left-hand side while you've got ball in hand. Run the cue ball forward for the ball top right. In a match like this, where the players aren't that familiar with the situation in the sense of it being for a place in their first finals, I think settling down by them both winning an early frame is the thing that will lead to the best quality of match. If one of them runs away and the other one stays on 0, there is a risk of ending up one-sided.
Well, I'd have thought that, but I went 1-0 up in the quarter-final, and then I sat there for 5
work.
and they didn't work. No, so, but no, yeah. I mean, obviously, I always say settlers. I call them settlers, but there's always a certain shot where you think that's okay. My first couple this afternoon were really tight, and one shot was just I lived closer. It was just horrendous, and I was thinking, oh no. And then all of a sudden you'll nail one, and then that's it. You think, right, that's it. I'm in now. I've settled.
Yeah, and that's what both of them want to feel.
Yeah.
For Beckie, having lost that first frame when she had a couple of decent chances, I'm not sure she's going to totally settle until she wins a frame.
She just needs to get the angle right here. I think she needed to be lower. And I think her options look pretty limited here. She could take the red by the black up the top, but maybe she's got an angle here to be able to play into them. Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Yeah, that's worked out really well.
Yeah.
Thin clip, but she can just run it around 2 cushions for position. She's got to focus on the position here. Just keep the white somewhere in the centre of the table. That's a good shot. She wants that to run a little more.
And that's really, really funny, because although it was like she had some drag on that, you would think because it was that thin, it would be flying around the table, and she's controlled the pace on that, but it looks like it's almost died on her. And she's now short, and it's like...
Yeah, well, I was saying good shot when she'd hit it. It felt like it was going to roll on a few more inches.
Yeah, I mean, she did drag it, and these shots with a touch aside, they go nicely. Yeah. Oh.
Well, cue ball flying around, but that stays safely on the table.
She'll take it. She'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, that will settle her down. That's
yeah.
1-1 now, and that was a reasonably well-fashioned clearance in the end.
I mean, both players do have experience on the match table. Obviously, there's other players that have had a lot more, but both of them are more than... They're used to their surroundings. Like, say, Ashleigh had a few memorable moments at the World Championships in Ireland a few weeks ago. Pulled out some absolutely monster pots, actually, and was instrumental in that, and obviously winning the World Doubles. So,
yeah, alongside Roisin Smith.
Yeah.
World title for her.
Yep, so that is obviously both of them entailed table time, as well as the county shootout, the world team shootout, sorry. So, yep, she's got one left centre. And this is a nice split.
Yeah, this is good. She can continue where she left off in the last frame. Reds and yellows are actually both pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
The two easiest openers are on reds, which is why she's going that route.
Red balls in play.
She wants to clear all three balls at the bottom end of the table and play up for the two at the top end.
I think she's just going to... Yeah. I think I might have left more of a cut on this to be able to drop down the bottom, but she might be able to stun it down there.
Yeah, she's just want to get tangled up with the yellow that she's
Yeah.
next to here.
She come out... I think I probably would have tried to go below rather than find the gap, but either way's fine, as long as she's come far enough. I think she has.
Yeah, and if she has, she's got a decent angle to come up the right-hand side of the table for access to the balls at the top of the table.
And that's perfect. Yeah, she's played that really well. And again, if she's not straight enough, she can just drop this in, and yeah, she's looking. Take that red into the left centre, and then just stun back down for the black into the top left.
I think where there will be some pressure here is this is a big stage. You know it's televised. You really want to make this clearance from the break.
Yeah. She's fallen a little bit short there again, but I still think she's okay.
Yeah, she just needs to get hold of this. If she just pots this ball on screws, white naturally channeling towards the top cushion. Just doesn't want to get too close to the black. Just get hold of the cue ball. That was the risk. She just needed to get into it a bit more.
Yeah.
Just a bit tentative, and now left herself an awkward pot. Does she come off the side cushion and try and pot this? I think she really desperately wants this clearance from the break, having got so close.
Extension called.
Slightly mystified look.
That's my permanent look at the moment. But it's the you're almost thinking, really? It's so frustrating, this game. But we'll be back next week playing again.
Well, she's hit it. That's part A. Would like to have potted it. Could now be in trouble. She's going to be so disappointed with that because it was a good break. It was a good clearance. If she just plays the positional shot slightly better, ends up straight on that black, and it's a first visit 8-ball clearance. Instead of that, she's now got to get involved in potentially a safety game.
Yeah, but again, you know... Oh no. And she's left it as well.
Well, that's an unforgivable shot. You can't be affording to take on a pot where you're going to leave the 8-ball and not get it or play with an element of safety if you're not sure you're getting it.
Wow. If you were going to miss, you would want to miss it to the other side of the... Well, I think Ashleigh's got away with one there.
Yeah, just a bit, and also that pocket now opened up. Now,
I'm surprised she's not taking the yellow her hand is closest to right now.
yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Although saying that, yep, the one that goes up in past the black would be your second to last and leave you that one, but I think I still would have been getting rid of it. She was on it.
I think the issue is just that if she ends up straight on the ball up the left rail, it'll be fine, but if she ends up with too much angle, it'll suddenly be a difficult shot to play.
Yeah.
This is fine. She can run this in naturally on and off the cushion for the ball just above the cue ball. Well, if you're going to miss, I guess miss in a way that leaves it safe. That obviously wasn't what she was trying to do. So it's been a little bit clumsy from both players.
I do think the pace of the table does. Once you have one that overshoots by a way, you then find that for a period you're almost, and again it's subconscious. You're literally not trying to do it, but subliminally you're obviously pulling out of shots. Oh, that's a great shot! Brilliant shot by Beckie.
And she finally make amends. What a brilliant highlights reel moment there from Beckie Watkins. Misses the 8-ball a couple of times from more open positions, and then ultimately pots it from a snooker.
Yeah, we don't do easy ones.
Bit for both of them to think about. They've settled down on some levels, but neither of them have been quite clinical enough. I mean, I think what they're both realising is that the other one also feels probably a bit apprehensive about the situation, and so right now they're trading quite a lot of chances, and they're probably both in the back of their heads thinking they will get chances. What they've got to guard against is if one of them suddenly tightens it up and the free chances aren't coming, then the game could get much harder.
That's a cruncher break. It's just dry.
Yeah, you couldn't do much more with that, could you?
Extension call.
A good attempt at a clearance from her own break. Now a chance for a clearance from
Yellow balls in play.
Ashleigh's dry break. It just runs this naturally down the right rail. The cue ball's going to come across for the other two balls at the top of the table.
Yep.
The patterns have actually been pretty consistent so far.
Yeah.
That can sometimes be an issue. Like, even people who have good patterns normally come out of this maiden reader and they're worried about other stuff and seem to lose the basics, but actually she's been playing generally the right shots.
I always think if it's just a case of execution, that can always be worked on, or concentration or something like that. As long as the pattern's okay and you're choosing the right path, then you're halfway there. It's a bit like a striker. If you're in the right place to miss, then obviously you're doing something right, you know?
No, is this the shot she played? I think she might have tried to play for the ball on the right-hand cushion.
Yeah, because obviously this is not ideal. But I still couldn't see how she would get from the yellow that's by the reds, how she was going to get from that to the one that was on the rail from there.
No, that's the thing. It felt like maybe she wanted to take the one down the right rail first.
Yeah.
Then she'd have the two in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Ashleigh's potting's been pretty good. She just wants to try and fashion it together into a clearance. This was actually very similar to the way she ended up playing against 𝗪𝗁𝗘𝗏 on the stream a couple of days back, where she just kept potting good balls, but it was just the getting all 8 in one go was the thing that was avoided, that she wasn't managing to get, and that was obviously very costly in terms of scoreline.
Ashleigh's just looking at running this red down over to trying to get it over the bottom left-hand pocket here. I can't see any other reason for playing that shot that way. No, she's not.
Well, answers on a postcard. Not so much that shot, but she played for that position, so it felt like she must have had a plan in mind. She's left Beckie on the ball to the bottom right, albeit the issue still arises of how does she sequence it together with the ball on the right-hand side. Or if she's found the gap to the one on the left, she just found that.
It just kept rolling, didn't it?
Yeah, she struck that really nicely. She can see the potting angle. She can at least pot it and leave a shot on. She's not going to get a good shot, I don't think, on the ball on the right.
Yeah, no, she couldn't see enough of it.
And now Ashleigh's got to make this numerical advantage in balls count.
Well, again, it's one of the ones I always say, but it's a free go. She can actually play that ball that she's closest to up the top to screw back off the bottom cushion and back out. She doesn't need to top it through. She's played it well, though. And I think from this ball, she's got a slight angle. She can actually play it up so the white's going up towards the black, rather than trying to hold for one of those two, the higher of the two together into the middle. I think she should be pulling it up, because once the bottom one goes of the two, the other one's free for a number of pockets then. Like that.
She'll listen to you.
But again, it's just options. You can roll this, you can screw off the inside and back out, go across for the other one if you want to try and get on that. That's okay.
Quite a lot of angle here. Does she try and play over to the left-hand side? I don't think that ball pots bottom left.
No, I'd be going across and trying to get below it. And then you've got options then, haven't you?
Well, settles for the double. That may not be the worst outcome.
But then the loss of turn, if it's on for Beckie. I think I'd be running off of it. I think I would have run off of it rather than try to cut it down. I would have bumped the yellow off the cushion and run the white down and left the white in the pocket.
That would have been a better place to leave the cue ball if you make the shot as well.
Well, the black's blocking the double. And you're bumping your ball off the cushion at the same time. It was a thin cut for Beckie.
Yeah, does she try and disturb this ball? Swing back in a straight line towards it or off the cushion towards it?
Oof. It's always the danger, isn't it?
Yeah, you kind of want to target coming low, because then if you come off the cushion and then you still hit it. Could play a cross double. Options pretty limited here.
She could play cross treble. And that's exactly
what she has
what
played.
She's done.
Bit of pressure on this for Beckie, because she's going to leave the red if she misses it or leaves it over the pocket, and that may not be good enough, having it over the pocket. Now, does she commit to a combination shot, or does she try and play it as a loss of turn and get the cue ball up the table?
I don't think she's got the angle to, well... she went for the combination shot, but...
That felt low percentage played like that.
Played it in that manner, yeah, definitely.
What you really want is to put your opponent under some pressure. The only pressure here is not ending up touching the black, but anything else she should be fine. So, another kind of gift wrap chance for Beckie. She's had a couple of opportunities in this frame.
But saying that, that shot into the middle was actually played really well. It looks like you're just dropping a ball in, but it was very delicate and very dainty, and it was just another half roll on for that black in the other opposite middle. But it was a lot harder than it looked, because they're really easy to pull out of or overcommit, and then you top the white in. And on with the pace of the table and the trouble that she's had with the pace, I think that was a lot better shot than it looked, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it was a formality that she got good shape on the black, even though it looked pretty natural. Either way, Ashleigh is going to be disappointed there, because she had a couple of different chances to win that frame.
Grid 5. Beckie Watkins to the grid.
See the look on her face. Right now, Beckie's going to be the happier, of course, of the two players with how the match has gone. Her break's been pretty good as well.
Yeah, red ball potted, and another one for good measure. But a horrible white.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she can easily pot a yellow, so probably going to have to be reds, which is fine. There's just the one tied up near the 8 ball.
Extension call.
She just needs to get below it to drop it. Well, you could play the double, but it does drop into the right centre, but you'd need to be nicely below those two balls. So I think a plant for the first shot.
Red ball's in play.
And this actually will work out perfect. If she takes that ball into the left top pocket and leaves an angle, pulls it back, so she leaves herself an angle, so she's actually playing the red that's in the centre, the middle of the top half of the table, into the right centre, to be able to, so she's cutting it into it to take the white ball back up. She could leave herself a really nice angle on that red she's closest to at the moment, to be able to pull it down into this bottom quarter of the table. Now this is going to have to be a really good shot.
Safer to come down the right-hand side of the table, because then you bring the yellows out of it. If you play down the left, you've got to be quite precise.
That is a great effort.
Yet again, off to a good start. Almost makes the clearance from the break, but balls at the final hurdle. And yet again, Ashleigh Dinsmore welcome to the table with most of her balls remaining. These are the chances she's got to start capitalising on.
Well, again, as a player, in your head, you really need to be thinking, this is a frame you can't lose. You can't lose this frame. It's one of them that, without putting too much pressure on, sometimes when I'm sitting in my chair and I think, if they miss, if I don't win this frame, I might as well go home. It's one of them, because if you can't win when you're in this position, It's not your day. Start again.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, that is basically the equation, because
Yeah.
she's not going to get a better chance than this.
And she doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be in one visit. As a maestro told me once, it can be 5 visits, 4 visits. You don't have to do it in the one go, you know.
But what you can't afford to do is miss. If it's not going to be in one visit, you need to be bailing out of the visit with a safety, not just missing a ball.
Well, I mean, she can open these up now if she wants. She's still got the 2 yellows by the black, where she could hide if she needed to. If this didn't come out nice, and they didn't split nicely, but they have. And that's a really nice shot. And there's nothing worse than feeling under the gun. She's 3-1 down. You know that this is a really massive frame. The clock's starting to get down to sort of the nitty-gritty. And this is a very, very important frame. And she's so far been very composed. She's taking the bottom one of the 2.
Which is an interesting choice, but that's just about worked okay. Guess figuring it made it easier to get the cannon, and she wants to play a cannon, but that wouldn't have been everyone's choice. Either way, back in good position now. Just needs to complete this clearance. It's all about the results here. It doesn't matter how she does it, she's just got to get these 3 balls down.
Yeah, I think sadly she's going to have to take the one she's playing now. I think she would have preferred that to be her last ball, but I think there's too much angle on the other one.
Now she's left herself under all sorts of pressure. Tight against the cushion. Need to do something with the cue ball. It's not really good enough just to roll this in.
I think she needs to go for the cut on the into the middle, because it's that thin. She'll miss the red and she'll come round the angles back down for the black. But it is a thin cut. Oh, she's jacking up.
Nowhere near. And she's left the red. That clearance went wrong at the point she took the lower of the 2 yellows in the middle of the table. Just needed to keep tight position. This isn't an easy shot, but it's a moderately natural angle to come down the table, albeit not simple.
Missed that jaw. Oh, the jaw's just...
She go for a double, or she just play a safety shot, skim off the right hand side of it and try and get the snooker?
Yeah, I think I'd be just bumping it. But I would have gone, I mean obviously she's got the snooker, but I think I might have gone a bit wider and tried to get the black further off the cushion. Still a little bit jabby. So, an Ashleigh Dinsmore special.
Yeah, she's potted 1 out of a snooker
Part
already.
2. Oh, but she got a nice white. Well, the black does drop into the middle.
I think that makes it harder about playing it into the middle is the fact you're pretty much sure to leave the yellow.
I think you just have to go all in.
Yeah,
In
you
this
do.
position, you just
Yeah.
have to go all in. I don't think you can think about missing in these situations. She's played that really well.
This is good from Beckie Watkins. It's not been perfect 1 visit stuff, but she's done what she needed to at the end of these frames. She's had a good run through this tournament, in fact. I mean, she's not actually dropped many frames. She won her first match 7-0 against 𝗓𝗏 Smith. She then beat Leanne Cragg 7-3, then Sophie Gibbs-Nichols 7-2. Hasn't really been pushed much today. She also won 2 matches of the first event of the weekend, also against 𝗓𝗏 Smith and Emma Parker, before coming up short against Kirsty Lee Davis in the quarter-final. Have to go down. It's a pretty good weekend for Beckie so far. See from Beckie's face, she just looks quite settled in this situation. Obviously, she's still feeling the pressure of trying to get through to the final.
Another monster break, isn't there?
Yeah, she's been hitting the break really well. Let's take another look at this break.
She's taking the tougher of the balls for her opener. No problem at all.
Well, all credit. When that's an open table, that's a very positive shot to play.
And to be fair, yeah, one good shot up to the top left now. And they're all there. It's a great shot.
Yeah, it's keeping it positive still, which is good to see.
By nudging that yellow, though, she has made that red nearest to it, the one that she's just nudged, a little bit more tricky, because that, I believe that did pass into the bottom left. And now she's going to have to be right in a specific position for that, but nice and positive and aggressive still, which is good.
Yeah, she just needs a clearance, doesn't she? That's the only thing that's really going to settle her down. She's playing the right kind of stuff, but just has to get over the line in some of these frames. Right now, she's just ending up being too good an opponent because she's potting a few good balls and then leaving Beckie in towards the end of frames.
Yeah, that was the story in my quarterfinal as well. Yeah, it was just you falling down.
Going to get harder from here.
But again, there's no reason why you can't just pull in. Just bump the one that's closest to the left-hand pocket. Just roll on and give it a little nudge.
That's the percentage shot. It's okay. I mean, I think you're better to play that in a controlled way where you don't leave your opponent a shot, unless she has developed the two balls.
But Beckie's are all there now.
More to the point, I think Beckie's starting to believe she can win this match and win it quite comfortably at the moment.
Well, I mean, 4-1 with 11 minutes 40 on the clock. Even if you lost you lost the next 2 frames, that clock is still going to keep ticking away.
Yeah, time a factor for sure, which makes this frame big. A 4-frame lead going to the last 10 minutes would be a really difficult thing to overhaul.
Definitely, even going down to the 15-second shot clock as well, because that obviously speeds things up, but all it takes is a scrappy break and
not quite as played, but I think that's okay. She can still clip the ball into the bottom left.
yeah, or she can play the cut up the top, but obviously I'm assuming the yellow closest to that red passes into the left centre, or it goes in the same pocket she's just played that in. She could actually come up the inside of those two, couldn't she?
Yeah, she's played a good shot there. Coming around to look at that ball you're talking about. Well, trying to play the cannon on the red has gone past.
Those good-looking chaps.
Commentary colleague and director extraordinaire on the right, Chris.
Just a delicate drop into the centre here, but it's
15-second shot clock, now in operation.
a shot.
One good shot here. Half a pocket.
Ashleigh really does need to take these out now to stay in this match.
Yeah, she takes these out 4-2 with 8 or so minutes will be fine.
Yeah.
Be a big moment that. If Beckie completes that clearance, 5-1, the match is pretty much won. 4-2, it's still very much on.
Well done, Ashleigh.
So, good clearance. Narrows the gap to 2. 8.5 minutes on the match clock. Plenty of time to win 2 frames. Plenty of time for more than 2 frames.
Oh, everybody loves a 6 red, don't they?
I think it's more fun from here than out in the arena.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's certainly a possible outcome. Ashleigh's given herself a lifeline. She's still got work to do, but 4-2 versus 5-1 is a massive difference.
Huge. Yeah, definitely.
It's very purposeful as she sits there. She's also had a couple of tight matches on the way here. 7-6 against 𝗑𝗃𝗄𝗏 in the last 16 of this event. 7-5 against Megan Proctor in the quarterfinals. So Beckie Watkins to break in frame 7.
Success again.
Extension calls.
Not at a stage she can think about managing the clock in terms of hanging on to the lead. She just needs to play with the 15-second shot clock and try and complete this clearance. And these balls are well situated to do that. She'd really like to end this match with at least one clearance from the break. She should have had one earlier. Oh, she just pushes one wide to the middle pocket. It's the first really unforced mistake in that kind of situation we've seen. Oh, the missing's contagious. Missed a far jaw of both middle pockets now.
Just a little bit touchy.
Yeah, it's often the way with semi-finals, isn't it? The prize
Yeah.
feels so big to get through to the final.
I think Ashleigh was looking at playing off the other red there, but she'll take it. But I think the black still passes, so great opportunity here for Beckie.
That yellow must pass to the top right, otherwise I don't see why she didn't take it where she was.
No, I think she might use the yellow into the right centre to drop on that one.
Well, it looks like it's drifting out a little bit.
It did look like it drifted, didn't it?
May just have had some unwanted side or come over a finger mark.
I think the odds are more a finger mark than
sure about that one. Just need to get the cue ball off the side cushion. Chances coming thick and fast at the moment.
Just a bit of a second prize there. I think this white ball would naturally bump into the higher of the two yellows here. Well, it looks like she's got something to work with this yellow into the left centre.
Yeah, this is going to have to be a big shot to get good position.
Hmm.
I'm trying to force the angle. She's found the corner pocket. And now, Ashleigh Dinsmore, 4 minutes 48. She's got to win 2 frames. She's got to start that by clearing these balls up. Nothing other than a clearance at this visit is any good here. She does not want to get caught in a slow frame where more time is burnt off, because she's going to win 1 more frame past this one.
Yeah, shot.
Well, she's come so far back, she might actually have landed on the ball at the top left. You have to play a cannon now onto the 8 ball.
I'm not so sure it will be able to hold.
Both players under the pressure of the shot clock, rushing a few shots here. And this suits Beckie. The fact it's got scrappy,
Yeah.
a lot of time is getting wasted.
I might have been more tempted to bring that out and put the white on the centre of the bottom cushion, because even if you went for a cut on one of those balls, you literally would not be able to hold for the other one. So even if you were able to make the cut, but as it happens,
Well, she can pot the yellow. What next?
maybe the black passes.
Well, we'll find out. If it does pass, this is for the match. 2 minutes 45 remaining.
She's just having a look at the angle, so it obviously does.
Oh, big shot for Beckie Watkins, and if this cue ball slows down, which
She's
it
okay.
has just in time, come just wide of the pocket. 5-2 now, 2 minutes 28 remaining. That's going to be enough. No viable path to Ashleigh Dinsmore winning 3 frames in 2.5 minutes. It's not been easy, but Beckie has unquestionably been the better of the 2 players. She'll have to tighten up for the final. She's needed a few chances, but there's positives to be taken, not least the fact that she's about to book a place in the final, which is a massive positive. What a weekend it's been so far. Can we see a few seconds of last minute drama? Ashleigh Dinsmore really playing for more for respectability than a win at this point, but needs a quick break clearance either way. Gives it a bit extra. Amazingly, oh, she has spotted a yellow. I was going to say, amazingly, for a moment it looked like she was going to come dry despite having hit it that hard.
Yeah.
Red balls in play.
Just a quick update in the other semi-final. 𝗪𝗁𝗀𝗘 is 4-2 up on Danielle Randall.
The winner of that match will make up the other half of the final, joining Beckie. 2 minutes now to enjoy a victory lap. Pretty rare in pool that you get this position where the match is won, regardless of what you do. She's not going to get to the winning point of 7, but she's got a good chance to get one more frame.
Nothing to do here except just let the clock run down, take the easy ones.
Yeah, she's just playing for fun really. She can.
Oh.
Doesn't really matter. 1 minute 10 for Ashleigh Dinsmore. She can have a bit of fun. Oh, not interested in trying to get one more frame. She's seen enough. Beckie Watkins goes through to the final. She played some good stuff there. It wasn't perfect. She needed a few extra chances, but she's got to be very pleased with the way that match played out. She got given chances towards the end of the frame, and she was the better of the two players at converting those chances. She finds her way through to her first ever Pro Series final.